Hey guys, what's going on? FeedMonster59 here, back with another Fallout New Vegas video. It's been a fat minute since we last played this. So yeah, for now on, this is going to be the Wednesday video until I'm done with the game. And then
It's
I'm going
hard
to
to
swap
sleep
to
in this
another
place, I
game.
tell you. Last night, some girl was pounding on my door all night. Finally, I had to let her out. What? I told my wife, she's good looking for a ghoul. It's just too bad she's not a ghoul. Ay, ay, ay. My cousin and his... Hey, come on, pal, I'm trying to put on a
Okay. So yeah, I figured this episode was a nice little refresher for this show. I'm not sure the fucking series here. Also, sorry the Helldivers video took a while to upload. It was just me condensing a bunch of clips together.
Looks
So,
about to change. I can feel it.
I apologize for that. Also, the Halo CE video will probably be coming around midnight.
Hi.
Ah yes, Vault 21. That has the same fucking sound noise as the Halo 2 original fucking sniper rifle. And I just realized that just makes me look heavily autistic that I know that off the top of my head. How many fucking people are down here?
I tell you, this ain't your business. Shit. Look, we're just at home is gonna have his day.
Did that just work?
Thank you. They were... I may have overheard some things at Gamora that I passed on to the NCR. What? I only talked to Captain Curtis over at McCarran. I would never work at slavers. Honest. No. Well, not really. I mean, I'm not listening through doors or sneaking around or anything. People talk out loud, and I just pay attention. The NCR likes to keep tabs on the activities of the families, and they pay me good caps to hang around the casinos and keep my ears open. It isn't normal. I do odd jobs here and there, usually helping Sarah. Too bad for me that the professional part isn't working out so good. But I love gambling, so I'm here to stay on the strip until they kick me out.
Okay, so that was an easy fucking quest. Also, now we gotta go kill the Mr.
Hey,
House.
I
You'll
just
get
do
no
what I'm
trouble
told.
from me.
Alright, I'll kill the Emerdas later. I still want to go into their casino and take all of their money. Also, next week's video, I will be working on two things, as not only will I be doing the actual video itself, but I'm also going to be making the week after's video because I will not be around to do it myself. To do it the day of like I normally do the videos, so that's gonna be fun. Where the fuck do we get out of here? God, I hate the vaults in this game. But yeah, pretty much just here. Gonna do some of the Legion quest line stuff. Although I might have fucked up already because of some shit, but we'll get into that later.
You've been making a name for yourself around here already.
I will say either next week's video or the week after will be me going through the Honest Hearts DLC. As this is the one reason why I don't like recording New Vegas. Anyway, back to what I was trying to say. So anyway, next week's video will likely either be me playing the Honest Hearts DLC or me going through I forget whose quest line it is. Oh yeah, I remember. Going through and helping the Great Khans stuff. So it's gonna be either or for the video. As I want to save myself some time with working on the like taking my time to play the game. Can I not head into here through here? This is fucking bull. This house, open up your fucking doors from the side, you cunt. Fuck you jackass.
Well, howdy, partner. I see.
Hey, I will say though, the Honest Hearts I will try to do all in one video. If not, it'll be a two-parter, depending on how long it takes to do. But for the most part, it should be pretty simple, because it's a pretty short DLC, all things considered.
Enjoy your time on the
Oh wait,
Vegas Strip.
1 second, because I have a snow globe.
Mr. House is just not if you
Isn't there one up here somewhere? One moment before I, you know, assassinate Mr. House in his own fucking place. Oh, isn't there one that spawns up here? I don't remember. Nor do I really care. It's only 2,000 caps. I'm about to clear out all the casinos, off camera anyway, so.
So, we meet in person, finally, so to speak. You did well at the fort. Kudos. I take it you've come to deliver the platinum chip? Fine. Give me the chip and I'll... Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so capacious, so very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made. Yes, so far as you've seen, all it does is change the picture on the Securitron's face screens from policemen to soldiers. But as you'll see, some things are more easily shown than told. Take the elevator all the way down to the bottom level, and you'll see what I mean. Don't worry, you'll like what you see.
Oh, he just auto-teleports me down here.
Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would. I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now.
Oh yeah, I have a chainsaw now. God, I have a bunch of good weapons.
The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms and shrapnel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec by Glassinghouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at medium range. And for close-range suppression or crowd control, the Securitron is armed with a 9mm submachine gun. All of this you probably already knew. What you did not know is that these are the Securitron's secondary weapons. All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground and air targets at significantly longer ranges. And a rapid-fire G-28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair systems. Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. Return to the penthouse now. We have much to discuss. Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the Strip. Why would I want to go to war against the NCR? They're my best customers. If their leaders weren't scheming to steal Vegas out from under me, I'd have no troubles with the NCR at all. The foundation is laid. My Securitrons on the Strip are upgraded, and those at the fort ready for action. Now it's just a matter of adjusting the attitudes of some lesser groups, while we wait for Caesar's Legion to attack Hoover Dam. What did you want to discuss? General Oliver's strategy, or tunnel vision, as I like to call it, has been to mass troops at Hoover Dam. He wants to outfight the Legion in a straightforward slugging match, and then, when they rout, pursue and destroy them in detail. A crushing, decisive victory of this sort would overshadow the tactical ingenuity of Chief Hanlon's defense 4 years ago, you see. A good deal should be obvious to you by now. I won't spoil the rest by talking out of turn. What else? I've resurrected Vegas, spirit intact. What I need now is the ability to enforce my rightful claim. Not just against Caesar's Legion, by the way. In fact, the NCR is a more present and insidious threat. To enforce, one must have force, a position of strength. Years ago, when I detected NCR scouts roaming the Mojave, I could tell from their uniforms that these were no mere tribesmen. I knew it was only a matter of time before an army appeared to take control of the dam, and I knew my Securitrons wouldn't be enough to oppose them. And so I recruited the 3 families. Vegas belongs to me because I mustered enough strength to bring the NCR to the bargaining table. Indeed it was, and still is, but not without taking significant casualties. Would Kimball and Oliver have traded the lives of hundreds of soldiers for absolute control of Hoover Dam? Oh, yes. They weren't afraid of me. They were afraid of Caesar, that attacking me would leave them vulnerable to a Legion offensive. And so they negotiated, not out of the kindness of their hearts, as they try to make it seem, because the calculus of power left no other choice. NCR forces were permitted to occupy Hoover Dam and establish a military base at McCarran Airport. Well, it used to be one. They recognized my sovereignty over the Vegas Strip and agreed to supply electricity and water once their engineers repaired the dam. Written into the treaty were provisions that the NCR do nothing to prevent its soldiers and civilians from visiting the Strip. That's how I harnessed the NCR to my endeavor. Their occupation has been the engine of my growing economy. The salient issue is that they will go to war with me if given the chance. There's just one reason why the NCR hasn't contrived some outrage to justify invading the Strip. Caesar's Legion. The final battle between those two armies is fast approaching. I can't afford to let either side win on their terms. What else did you want to discuss? New Vegas is more than a city. It's the remedy to mankind's derailment. The city's economy is a blast furnace in which can be forged the steel of a new rail line running straight to a new horizon. What is the NCR? A society of people desperate to experience comfort, ease, luxury. A society of customers. With all that money pouring in, give me 20 years and I'll reignite the high technology development sectors. 50 years and I'll have people in orbit. 100 years and my colony ships will be heading for the stars to search for planets unpolluted by the wrath and folly of a bygone generation. I prefer the term autocrat. I would rule as a chief executive. I would not answer to a board of directors or any other entity. Nothing to impede progress. If you want to see the fate of democracies, look out the windows. My judgment. I have no interest in abusing others, just as I have no interest in legislating or otherwise dictating what people do in their private time. Nor have I any interest in being worshipped as some kind of machine god messiah. I am impervious to such corrupting ambitions. But autocracy? Firm control in the hands of a technological and economic visionary? Yes, that Vegas shall have. What else did you want to discuss? What of it? I enjoy them. There's something about a little diorama set inside a glass dome that I find pleasing. If you run across any out in the wastes, turn them in to Jane. She'll compensate you. What else did you want to discuss? Hoover Dam, of course. A hydroelectric dam. The NCR had it up and running at 50% capacity within a year of occupying the dam. By treaty, New Vegas receives 5% of its output. More than enough. What else did you want to discuss? It was a place of splendor. As magnificent as today's Strip may seem, it's but a shadow of the neon paradise that was Las Vegas. I grew up not far from here, and though I traveled the old world extensively, I never found another place like it. By 2065, I deemed it a mathematical certainty that an atomic war would devastate the Earth within 15 years. Every projection I ran confirmed it. I knew I couldn't save the world, nor did I care to, but I could save Vegas, and in the process, perhaps save mankind. I set to work immediately. I thought I had plenty of time to prepare. As it turned out, I was 20 hours short. On the day of the Great War, 77 atomic warheads targeted Las Vegas and its surrounding areas. My networked mainframes were able to predict and force transmit disarm code subsets to 59 warheads, neutralizing them before impact. Laser cannons mounted on the roof of the Lucky 38 destroyed another 9 warheads. The rest got through, though none hit the city itself. A suboptimal performance, admittedly. If only the platinum chip had arrived a day sooner. The Platinum chip was printed in Sunnyvale, California on October 22nd, 2077, the day before the Great War. It was to have been delivered by courier the following afternoon, but by then, the world had ended. The chip contained vital software upgrades, but not just for my Securitrons. Every aspect of the missile defense grid would have been upgraded too. Given that I had to make do with buggy software, the outcome could have been worse. I nearly died as it was. Software glitches set off a cascade of system crashes. I had to take the Lucky 38's reactor offline, lest it melt down. For nearly 5 years, I battled power outages and more system crashes until I finally managed to reboot my data core with an older version of the OS. I spent the next few decades in a veritable coma, but I survived, obviously, and eventually thrived. What else did... That's because he ceased to be relevant when you recovered the Platinum chip. Revenge doesn't interest me. Progress does. Sorry to deny you a moment of primate triumph, but you'll have to go elsewhere to sound your barbaric yawp. What?
Well, that was an asshole move.
The next step is to add the Boomer's considerable firepower to my growing arsenal, or at the very least, ensure their neutrality. I offer many benefits, but vacation time isn't one of them. You laid the foundation for my victory, so fine. I'll permit some latitude in how you schedule your work. You're welcome.
This motherfucker really just gave me sarcasm. No, I was actually considering letting him live.
Engaging target. Targeting.
You know, Mr. House, I really had considered letting you live, buddy. This is why you should be respectful to your employees, Mr. House.
Why have you done this? Centuries of preparation. So much good undone. Slavery, the future of mankind. What have you done? No! Ruined everything. Exposed germs. A year of life, if at most.
Well, Mr. House, truth is, the game was rigged from the start. Did I just... How do I use fast in this game again? Why can't I go into fast? What the fuck? What did... let me use VATS on him. I was pressing the right button. Just won't let me go into VATS. I wanted to just get a headshot on him. Fucking jackass. We'll do medicine of 70, and then we'll up my... We'll up my lockpick skill. No. Maybe House shouldn't have been Max. I was actually considering just siding with him again.
Engaging target. Enjoy your time in Vegas.
Seems like a skill issue to me. Okay, so I guess you can't just VATS him to death. That actually is really annoying. So I was like, why can't I open up VATS on fucking Mr. House? Making a quick save in case the game crashes. I have to redo all that crap. You know, I do like Mr. House's ending because I feel like it's probably the best for the long-term solution for mankind, but I like to get them good.
What did you put a plug in his cock tube to make him explode? Ask him. Well, no idea why your friend Mr. House wants it, but I'm guessing it's not for the caps. The Legion? What about them? I don't trade caps or supply anyone who keeps slaves and treats women like Brahmin in those camps of theirs.
Alright, well, I just realized...
Careful where you flash that chip.
Oh, no, not what I wanted to do. I wanted to make you
Let's
follow
roll it.
me. So, I'm, betraying Caesar anyway, if that wasn't obvious.
That's crazy.
I plan on killing them soon.
Vegas at night is like nothing
That one
else.
must be important around here.
So... I don't care about meeting with Crocker. Alright, let's return to the Legion. Travel to the fort. Hopefully... Cass...
By order of Caesar. I'll wait.
So yeah, no, I eventually plan on killing Mr. House when I try to do the brain surgery. Just so I can get away with it, because it's gonna be funny. You know what? I guess... I should try to stay friendly with the Legion up until the end, though. Just because it would be more fun to do it that way, and then do the yes man ending at the very end.
True to
fuck was that? I've seen crippled slaves move faster.
Jesus Christ! I don't think you can say that, my friend.
What do you need from me? Go.
You must enter Kaisar.
Sitting.
I didn't think anyone could kill it.
Was there more for us to discuss? I know the captain well. If you wish to be of service, go talk to him. Bear in mind that you are now responsible for guarding the secret of his true allegiance. If the NCR finds out, we'll know how that happened. Excellent. Had you simply killed them, the Omertas would have sent another group after Martina eventually. You've saved me the trouble of coming up with a more permanent solution, and Martina is free to go about her business as usual. Well done.
An NCR
Was there more for us to discuss?
ranger in single combat.
True to Kaisar.
I've read Mr. House's obituary. Had a high opinion of himself, didn't he? With Mr. House out of the way, I can focus on smoothing out a few lingering complications elsewhere in the Mojave. First up are the boomers of Nellis Air Force Base, a tribe so reclusive it lobs artillery shells at anyone who comes near their settlement. I want you to offer them an alliance with my Legion. My terms are simple. Target their guns against the NCR side of the dam when I assault it, and they can keep their freedom. If you find they aren't amenable to this offer, destroy them. What did you... The boomers settled at the old air base northeast of Vegas many years ago. No one knows exactly how long it's been. It may be that no one's traded with them or even spoken to them that entire time. If so, they're sitting on one hell of a stockpile of ammunition. My scouts have seen people moving around the base. The perimeter's guarded, with spotters and towers directing the artillery fire. They must have extraordinary vision. Some of my scouts were targeted at extreme distances. So no, I can't tell you what to expect inside the base. No one's been inside it, except them. My Praetorians embody the martial ideals of my Legion. Each one of them has done enough conquering and killing to deserve the rank of Centurion. Instead, I invited them to join my guard. So the invitee chooses whichever current guard he thinks is weakest and challenges him. The fight is to the death. It keeps them from getting complacent. Lucius has been the head of my guard for 5 years now. He was a subordinate guard for 8 before that. No invitee has dared to challenge him yet. Maybe it's an issue of respect. He is getting on in years. What else did you want to know? Wolpes is the best of my Frumentari, a remarkable individual from an unremarkable tribe south of the Utah. He was brought into the Legion as a boy, survived training, fought well enough as a legionary to be promoted to the rank of Decanus. Then in battle against an unimportant tribe, he broke ranks and led his contubernium through a hole in their defenses to capture its chieftain. Well, his Centurion wanted him crucified for disobedience, so I made him a Frumentari. Whatever I require, infiltration, assassination, dramatic atrocities to break the spirit of the enemy, etc. They're mentally flexible. They operate behind enemy lines for extended periods, imitating the enemy's customs without becoming sullied. In all these things, Wolpes is a master. Linnaeus is the greatest of my battlefield commanders. Some might call him a great man, but I'm not sure he qualifies. Once, he was the greatest warrior of the Hydebarks, a tribe of the Arizona. Maniacal in battle. Sometimes he'd ambush Legion patrols by himself. When after several months we found and surrounded the Hydebarks camp, their chieftain raised a banner of surrender. The warrior, who was not yet Linnaeus, went insane with rage. He struck down his chieftain and attacked his own tribe. He killed 15 before they brought him down. He didn't die, obviously. I had him tended to. He was maimed, most of his face torn off. It was days before he regained consciousness. When he did, I went to his bedside and showed him the helmet I'd had forged to cover his face. I said he could have it if he'd fight for me. He accepted, on condition that he be allowed to kill the surviving males of his tribe. I said, make it the adult males, and you have a deal. Linnaeus is savage. Savagely loyal, too, but only to me. He has no love for my legion. But this has its uses. He has no attachment to his men, no compunction about battlefield losses. All he cares about is destroying the enemy. When another legatus or a centurion fails to achieve results, I send Linnaeus to make things right. His first step is to beat the failed commander to death in front of his assembled troops. Then he orders the ritual of decimatio. It means decimation, but in ancient Rome the word had a very specific meaning, a punishment for cowardice. The legionaries are lined up in ranks. Every 10th man steps forward and is beaten to death by his brothers. It instills a certain robust obedience. Yes, this time my legionaries will be more frightened of the commander behind them than the enemy before them. There will be no failure this time, no retreat, no years of gathering slaves and resources for another assault. With Linnaeus to drive the legion forward, the dam will be taken. It will be our bridgehead across the Colorado. It's not going to happen again, that's all I have to say about it. And I've heard it's a bad idea to tempt the wrath of Caesar. Change the subject. Do you want my opinion as a former citizen or future conqueror? Actually, my opinion's the same either way. As a young man, I was taught to venerate President Tandy of Shady Sands, the founding mother of the new California Republic. Did you know her presidency lasted 52 years? And that her father, Aradesh, was the Republic's first president? Does that sound like a democracy to you? Or a hereditary dictatorship? Because the council didn't dare oppose her. She was too popular. She had the people's love. So things ran smoothly, more or less. And as soon as she was gone, as soon as there really could be democracy, what happened then? Ever since losing its queen, the NCR has been weaker, more diffuse. Democracy has been its weakness, not its strength. Greed runs rampant. The government is corrupt, accepting bribes from Brahmin barons and landowners to the detriment of citizens. The NCR is a loose conglomerate of individuals looking out for themselves. It's lost virtue. No one cares about the collective, the greater good. It's not built to last. I'm just hastening the inevitable. Of course, the most powerful my legion has faced. Also the first to which I am ideologically opposed. Until now, every tribe I've conquered has been so backwards and stunted, enslavement has been a gift bestowed upon them. My conquest of the Mojave will be a glorious triumph, marking the transition of the Legion from a basically nomadic tribe to a genuine empire. Just as my namesake campaigned in Gaul before he crossed the Rubicon, so have I campaigned and will cross the Colorado. What else? I know he's dead. I know he's no longer a factor. That's all I need to know. Losers don't matter in the history books. He's a fucking footnote. What else did you want to know? I've analyzed the region's tribe to determine how they might be useful. I may tell you more at a later time, if it suits me. Ironically, I was born a profligate myself, a citizen of the NCR. My family lived not far from the Great Boneyard. After raiders killed my father, my mother sought the followers' protection. I was 2 years old. She found work at their library, cooking and cleaning. I learned how to read, and soon I was taking courses, free of charge. Oh yes, raised in that tradition. And the teaching stuck. I was taught it was my responsibility to bring the torch of knowledge to the waste. I may have taken the torch part more literally than they intended. When I was 20, the followers sent me east to Grand Canyon. It was my first expedition. Just me and a physician named Calhoun. As an anthropologist and linguist, my assignment was to learn the dialects of the Grand Canyon tribes. What a fucking waste of time. If you think it's worthwhile to make smart people learn how to talk like backward savages, you're a follower of the apocalypse, or an idiot. Anyway, we met up with a Mormon missionary who already knew a bunch of dialects, Joshua Graham. He was supposed to teach me, but before that went too far, the Blackfoot tribe captured us to hold us for ransom. They were a backward bunch, but the real problem was they didn't know how to fight. The Blackfoot were at war with 7 other tribes, each just as pissant as they were. But outnumbered like that, they weren't going to last long. It's one thing to be taken hostage, another to be lashed to a sinking ship. So over Calhoun's objections, I decided to take certain steps. I taught them how to use the guns they already had, how to strip and clean them, how to breathe when pulling a trigger, how to reload ammunition. They looked at me like I was some kind of a sorcerer. So I taught them how to make explosives and started drilling them on small unit tactics. If there's anything I learned as a follower of the apocalypse, it's that there's a lot of good information in old books. Divide et impera, divide and conquer. I led the Blackfoot against the Ridgers, their weakest enemy. When they refused to surrender, I ordered every man, woman, and child killed. When next we surrounded the Kaibabs, and they likewise refused, I took one of their envoys to the Ridgers' village and showed him the corpse piles. This was new for the tribes, you see. They played at war, raiding each other, a little rape and pillage here, a little ransoming there. I showed them total warfare. Like I said, there's a lot you can learn from old books. Kaibabs joined me, and the Fredonians after that. All the pissant tribes with names that should be forgotten. I knew from the start I'd need to eradicate this plague of tribal identities, replacing them with a monolithic culture, a uniform identity. So that's what I did once my confederation of tribes was large enough. I crowned myself Caesar and created a single great tribe, my legion. I sent Calhoun, the follower captured with me, back west with a message that I should not be interfered with. Joshua Graham, the Mormon interpreter, stayed with me and served as my first legatus. That's right. Decades of warfare, absorbing lesser tribes, gathering power, forging the dross into a vast, razor-sharp scythe. My legion's expansion has never ceased. Much of the Utah and Colorado and all of Arizona and New Mexico are mine. We have cities of our own, but nothing compared to Vegas. Finally, my legion will have its Rome. What else? I used Imperial Rome as the model for my legion precisely because it was so foreign, so alien. I'd seen what had become of the NCR's attempts to emulate the culture of pre-war America, the infighting, the corruption. Rome was a highly militarized autocracy that effectively integrated the foreign cultures it conquered. It dedicated its citizens to something higher than themselves, to the idea of Rome itself. In Rome, I found a template for a society equal to the challenges of the post-apocalyptic world. A society that could and would survive. A society that could prevent mankind from fracturing and destroying itself in this new world by establishing a new Pax Romana. It means a nationalist, imperialist, totalitarian, homogenous culture that obliterates the identity of every group it conquers. Long-term stability at all cost. The individual has no value beyond his utility to the state, whether as an instrument of war or production. No, I'll destroy it because it's inevitable that it be destroyed. It's Hegelian dialectics, not personal animosity. How do I put this basically enough? It's a philosophical theory, the kind you might encounter if you took time to read some books. The fundamental premise is to envision history as a sequence of dialectical conflicts. Each dialectic begins with a proposition, a thesis, which inherently contains or creates its opposite, an antithesis. Thesis and antithesis. The conflict is inevitable, but the resolution of the conflict yields something new, a synthesis, eliminating the flaws in each, leaving behind common elements and ideas. The bombs wiped the slate clean. Human civilization descended to a level of ignorance that effectively set our cultural progress back to zero. The NCR has all the problems of the ancient Roman Republic. Extreme bureaucracy, corruption, extensive senatorial infighting. Just as with the ancient Republic, it is natural that a military force should conquer and transform the NCR into a military dictatorship. Thesis and antithesis. The Colorado River is my Rubicon. The NCR Council will be eradicated, but the new synthesis will change the Legion as well. From a basically nomadic army to a standing military force that protects its citizens and the power of its dictator. What else? It's called an autodoc. As the name suggests, it's an automated physician, more or less. He can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical science. Even with the boomers. Good. Your first challenge will be to reach their settlement without getting blown up. After that, should be easy.
Was there more for us to discuss?
It is a great honor for anyone outside the Legion to get an audience with Caesar. We recently obtained an artillery weapon, but we don't have the part or the skill to fix it. The trader Dale Barton salvaged it from a military base in Arizona. Yuma, I believe. The tribe calling themselves the Boomers is obsessed with such weapons, I've been told. You could probably find a spare firing mechanism there. It's a tradition in the Praetorians to specialize in unarmed combat, because weapons can break or jam when needed most. However, our unarmed techniques favor offense over defense. We can charge the enemy and flatten him with our first strike before he can react. I've watched you move, and I can tell you simply don't have the skill to learn the technique.
Anyway.
I didn't think... Legatus Lanil.
So, I don't think I'm going to do much with the boomers today. Mostly because of the sheer fact that there's no reason to.
Let's hit...
Also, I realize I will be doing stuff with the boomers anyway, considering... Well, there's no need to help the Great Khans, considering I'm mostly siding with the Legion until the very end. So, make it run to the gun runners real fast. I will say, I do, like, out of the factions of New Vegas, that being House, the NCR, and the Legion, I honestly like the Legion a lot more than the NCR.
Welcome, sir, or I am ready to...
Just cause, like, Caesar, yeah, don't get me wrong, his entire fucking country is fucking bananas. But he points out all the issues that the NCR has, that there's just no fix being done to. And I think that really just speaks to how flawed their nation is. Which is kind of sad, because they are a cool concept. Oh, wait, no. Yep, cancel the transaction. Just realized he does not have enough for me to buy, so I guess the 188 trading post. But yeah, no, so pretty much with that, it does kind of suck. But because I am doing the Yes Man ending, just for some nice funny things.
Hey!
I guess that means I can do all the stuff for the Brotherhood. How's the trader up here who sells firearms? Oh, they're over here by the truck, aren't they?
I've still got guns and ammo if you need them. Sure.
I am selling Benny's pistol as I have no need for a fucking gun. Alright, does she have anything interesting weapon-wise? Yeah, Power Fist I don't really want. Chainsaw alloy frame. How do I upgrade my weapon now? I've never actually did a upgrade. Oh, mod. Oh, and it does change its design a little bit, doesn't it?
While the Legion prepares their own elite forces.
Trying to think of what I want to do. Honestly, I know I haven't done much in this video outside of just talking to...
Got business here?
Obviously the Legion trying to kill House. So, with that... Since I do want to help Silus out, a nice easy way to get some NCR rep now that I'm neutral with them because of the whole change that happened, is to kill 3 of the fiends and bring their heads back. So we're going to do that quickly before we call it quits for today's video. I do want to save my chainsaw, so I'm going to swap to the shittier machete for now. Keep in mind, since I don't have the quest markers for them, I'm going off my loose idea of where I remember them being, and it's been a long ass time since I've played New Vegas, so I might be a little off for finding at least driver Fi.
Blood? Serving up some hurt.
I think if I wear this, they leave me alone, right? I don't know. Alright, so that was driving the Fi. Nope, they're automatically hostile. Oh, it's just animals.
That how you wanna play, huh? That how you wanna play, huh?
You like the sight of your own blood?
Okay, these guys are getting a little bit annoying.
Serving up some hurt.
Don't I have stim packs? Oh yeah, no, every time I go to this fort and they get removed from my inventory, I lose the ability to use the hotkey. I have to reset it.
Bad guys won't see us coming.
Alright, now that should help make dealing with these guys a lot easier, as now Cook is enraged and is fighting his people because his his prized Brahmin is now dead.
You like that? What have you done? Murderer!
Did a fiend just call me, of all people, a murderer?
You like the sight of your own blood?
I always like how they added that for a thing for Cook, as like a joke way to handle the encounter. Just fucking blow up his shit. Alright, let's see if we can help Salus out here.
This isn't a public relation. That right. You killed one of the psychopaths on my shit list. Let me see the scumbag's head. God damn it. That's Violet, all right. You've made me one happy son of a bitch, you know that? Here, this is the bounty I put on her head. It's yours. Think you can take down another one of these scumbags? Up to you. But I can trust you to do the job, and I'd hate to see you walk away. You killed another one. Let me have a look at the head. Yeah, that's Cook. Ugh, did he always smell like this, even before he was dead? And the fiends let this guy touch their food? Well, this is payback for at least one of my troopers. She'll be glad to know he's dead. Here's your caps. That's 2 psychopaths dead. If you can bring down the 3rd, there's a bonus in it for you. If that's true, that'd be the last of them. Well. Driving the Phi. Nothing to say, you son of a bitch? No tips on my golf swing? Lost a lot of good men to this psychopath. Morale's gonna be better now that he's gone. Here's the bounty I promised. Now that's over with, I'd send first recon down to Camp Forlorn Hope, but I heard it's overrun by the Legion. Bastards. You've been one hell of a stroke of good luck, you know that? Those 3 scumbags probably killed 20 NCR troopers. And you bring them down alone. Wish I had a few grunts as good as you. Damn good working with you.
Alright. That now should put us just in enough of a setup or to go deal with Loose, meaning we should be able to have some fun against him. Oh fuck. Headset's getting low on battery. Alright, well, whatever. Oh no, Sealer's just upstairs, if I remember correctly, right? Yeah. No. I'm done this one. He better be on the other side.
I always known Camp Forlorn Hope was a death sentence. I just wish I'd been wrong.
You're back. Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion recently. Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion, from Caesar on down, will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him. Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy. Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye. I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There's some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination. I think if you rough him up enough, and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you... We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day. Long time no see, Sealus.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow, or turn their
Don't
head.
mind trailblazing as long as we got
Remind
the
them
ammo.
who they belong to.
And whiskey.
And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out. Let's finish this up, then we can talk.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm? Caesar's eyes truly are everywhere. And here I thought they'd send assassins instead. Did the officer send you? Perhaps not then. I don't know what name he goes by here, but I saw him when they brought me in, and I recognized him. When I saw him last, it was ages ago. He was training to be an agent of Caesar's Frumentari. Apparently he passed the trials. And what a job he's done to achieve such a rank. I have no doubt he'll deliver a crippling blow to the NCR while he's here, perhaps many. I have heard that he's been radioing high-level NCR intelligence back to Caesar's camp virtually every night. But never mind that now. We don't have much time. If you can get me a weapon, the rest will be easy. In the hall outside, they still have my possessions in a locker. There's a gun in there that should be small enough to get past the lieutenant. When she comes back, I want you to go and get it for me. Simple enough. Good. But for her to trust you to re-enter the room, she'll need to believe you've been doing what she expects of you. You'll need to punch me until I'm bleeding and weak. Go on. This is nothing compared to the Legion's training.
Don't need this right now. Time for some get even.
You like that?
Why is this guy blocked? I guess he's trying to make it look believable. Oh wait, you can activate the Super Slam perk when punching? That's actually kind of funny. Also, no, he's a bit of an idiot though. He starts telling you that the Legion has a spy here without confirming that you're actually part of the Legion.
The chip's early.
Whoa, easy there. You're supposed to rough him up a little, not kill him. Why don't you step outside a minute? Let off some steam. Nice job. I think my friend doesn't like you, Silus. I don't know how much longer I can keep him under control.
You think this'll make me talk? A beating? This is the best you can do?
Not just any beating, Silus. A savage beating. A beating that you'll be reminded of every time you feel pain from now on. When my friend's done with you, you won't have any of your teeth left. You'll be drinking your food through a straw. Your ribs will never heal properly, and it will hurt every time you breathe. It'll be like your collars, Silus. Impossible to forget.
Go to hell.
Huh. Not the sort of wit I've come to expect from you, Silus.
You're getting nothing from me.
I'm getting entertainment. That's something. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna spill your guts to me? Or am I gonna let my friend the maniac back in here for some playtime? Silus. Silent treatment, huh? Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you. Oh, and let me check you for weapons one more time. For your safety as well as his.
Have you got it? Good. Give it to me. I'm going to pretend to be unconscious. Let them send you out so no one suspects you. When I'm alone with a guard, I'll shoot him and leave in his uniform.
Poor guy. He's all tuckered out. Well, I guess we'll have to pick up where we left off tomorrow. Good work. I'm sure he'll have had enough after a few days of this. Or, if we're lucky, a few months. I'll get someone in here to clean up the mess he made. You can head out for the day. Let's let him sleep. Poor guy. I'm sure he'll have had enough after... I'll get... Mind cleaning up our mess, Corporal?
What fucking corporal was she talking to?
You got something to say, or do you always look like that?
Huh? Alright, well, see Luce is, freed. I do want to go see the guy who, is here. The radio officer. Where is he?
Sorry, no civilians on the monorail. Any closer and I am authorized to use deadly force.
That is fucking stupid.
You got something to say, or... Poor guy.
Yes? What is it? Something I can do for you?
What is it? Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company. But since General Oliver has Bravo and most of our forces here garrisoned, I'm free to do other things. So I work with Colonel Shu on logistics, patrols, supply lines, reinforcements, that sort of thing. Lately, it's been less about that, and more about figuring out how that information is getting leaked to raiders. It's a big base with a lot of unhappy soldiers. They get stir-crazy. Hard to separate the malcontents from the actual culprit. Christ, keep it down. You want to blow the whole thing? We've worked years for this. But maybe it's good for you here. Shu knows about the leaks, and I'm supposed to find the spy for him. At first, I couldn't believe my luck, but since I haven't produced results, for obvious reasons, I feel him looking at me differently now. Maybe he's just thinking about putting someone else in charge. Maybe he's starting to suspect. Either way, it's bad for me. Especially once this next part goes down. If you haven't noticed, the NCR bolsters its presence on the strip from here. Sends troopers on the monorail in shifts. The monorail lets them occupy 2 positions for the price of 1. It's a supply line that's immune to raiders and other hindrances on the ground. If someone were to cut that line, both positions would be much weaker, fragile. They know this, and they watch it like hawks. But I've been here a long time, and I've learned everything there is to know about it, and I'm going to blow up that train. You're going to put the bomb on that train. I'll be sure to be in the presence of several reliable eyewitnesses when it happens. Then, we're going to pin this on a scapegoat. I plan on disappearing after this operation. It'd be a matter of time before they traced it to me. Figured out I was a frumentarius. But with your help, maybe I can stay on after all. Make plans for something grander.
I have the explosive stash in a trash can, next to the ticketing counter, along with some incriminating documents. You'll pick them up and make your way upstairs to the monorail terminal. They change the guard there at 0900 and 1800 hours. There'll be a small window where there's no one guarding the train. Put the bomb in one of the vents inside the train on the back wall, towards the joint that connects the cars. Arm it, and get out of there. I've also left some bomb ingredients in with the explosives. You're to take those to the footlocker of Private Crenshaw. Crenshaw's a problem child. Lots of run-ins with his superiors. It'll be easy for them to believe he's working for the Legion. Report him to Colonel Shu. Do all that and we should be free and clear. Oh, and Crenshaw should be dead before you report him. Don't leave any chance for him to deny the bombings. Let's say he pulled a gun on you. I've got him on guard duty patrolling the tarmac just inside the south gate, and I reassigned the other guard, so he should be alone. His footlocker's in the barracks in the main concourse. Good. Try to plant the explosives quietly if you can. You'll make both our lives easier. But first things first. Go offer your services to Colonel Shu. Tell him you'll work independently to find the leak. He's running out of options. He'll accept as long as you don't give him a reason not to. If he doesn't, then don't be surprised if you're the new scapegoat. So don't fuck this up.
So I've now become a legitimate terrorist. Interesting. You know, fuck it, we'll do this quest. Even though I gotta take a fucking piss, but whatever. Oh, also today's video is sponsored by the MindKeep app. I forgot to say that.
Yes? What is it? You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far... Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out. Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on. It derails everything. Supply. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now.
Alright. Yeah, no, anyway, today's video is sponsored by the MindKeep app. So, the MindKeep app is a notes and reminders app available on iOS devices. They are a very useful app. I use them all the time for my college stuff, as well as I use them for just setting basic reminders for important things.
Controlling the Mojave almost makes you...
So, yeah. Private Crenshaw slot. Kill Private Crenshaw. Okay. Cass, you're gonna wait here
I'll hold
because
it.
I'm gonna need to be stealthy. But, you know, anyway, so... Don't want to do the monorail yet. Yeah, go check out the MindKeep app. Their link to check them out will be in the description below, like always. So, they're a big sponsor of the channel. They've been helping us out a lot lately. I highly recommend you guys go check them out. Also, kind of feel bad that I forgot the... God damn it, to do the, thing earlier. Hopefully, we don't have to sit through all the talking again. I'm gonna lose it if I have to redo a bunch of shit. Okay, I hate how New Vegas sets up stuff for waypoints. I'm sorry, but I just dislike it so fucking much.
Hello. Word is, our ranger vet.
Oh shit, there's a whole ass area over here. Alright, all I had to do was put that inside there. Now I just gotta go end his life. How much damage does this do? Oh, let's use chainsaw.
Hey, can't you see I'm busy? Nah, I'm just kidding. They just put me back here because they don't think I can handle.
You look like someone in need of a reliable supply.
Whoa!
Okay, that's good. No one notices us who killed him. Outside that one guard tower maniac.
Fiends. Crack.
When is the...
The train is about to depart. Please keep clear.
You've done a good turn for the NCR, and now we'd like to do one for you. There's an NCR emergency two-way radio. You call, we'll come running. You're not alone out here. The NCR has your back. Stay safe and good hunting.
Oh god, that makes it so much more worth it. Fucking hell. That random ass NCR Ranger coming out of nowhere to talk to us. What the fuck, dude?
Colonel Shu really knows what he's doing. If only someone explained old General Wait and see all.
Jesus Christ. That was just comedic timing at its best for blowing up the monorail.
We won't go quietly.
Yes? What is it? What? Who? Crenshaw. I've met Crenshaw at his disciplinary hearing. Still, this is hard to imagine. He was just a prankster. I was afraid of this. Caesar's reach is longer than anybody guessed. If only we'd caught this sooner, before he got to the monorail. Still, this investigation has been valuable to us, and you deserve to be compensated for it. The NCR appreciates the work you've done. Will there be anything else? Bye.
The Legion can count on that.
I like how I killed an NCR trooper and blew up their monorail, and right at the same fucking time, they send a ranger to give me the fucking two-way radio thing.
You got... Poor guy.
Is he still in the thing? Don't tell me Salus is still over there. Also, I've never been to that part of Camp McCarran before, because normally I just don't bother with some of the stuff for him. So that was kind of cool to see. Oh, yeah, he left already. Well. This has been an easy endeavor. So yeah, this act of terrorism was sponsored by the MindKeep app.
Well? Perfect. This has turned out better than I'd ever imagined. This will pay dividends for the Legion for a long time to come. I was with Shu when the bomb went off. He'll never think to investigate me for it. I'll make sure Caesar himself hears about your success today. And take this, courtesy of the NCR. I'm sure they won't miss it. Later.
State-sponsored terrorism brought to you by Caesar's Legion and the MindKeep app. God damn. That's getting clipped. But yeah, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, I know it was a bit more boring and less action-packed than my normal Fallout videos, but if you still enjoyed yourself, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. My name's MindKeep App, and I'll see you all in the next video.